Hello, YouTube people. Welcome back to another episode of Joe Cachapolia talks about his shipping container home project and also his tiny home project and whatever else he decides to ramble about that day. I'm your host, Joseph Cachapolia. Really, just call me Joe, though. I just, know the channel's name is Joseph, but I just say Joe. But so today, couple of things. Just a quick little update on our progress on the containers. Not too much happening, but a couple of things that I think are worth talking about. And then stay till the end, or at least until the halfway point. And I'm going to show you the update I got on the tiny house as far as the next set of plans. I'm very happy with them. I think the architect and I are sort of on the same page now. I promise I didn't just steamroll him, but you'll see what we're talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna just play this video. I just took a little walk around, today to see where we're at. You can see we stuck another one of these end caps on. Welding this, it takes quite a while to get that done. You can see they're doing this. I guess this is angle iron. I'm not exactly sure what you call that, but that's how they're. Oh, let me go back there. That's how they're capping off this top part to just give it sort of a more finished look. Obviously, these are going to be pushed together, so you're not going to see this gap on the spots where they have two open. And I haven't yet figured out how we're closing up this spot, but this is going to need to be all watertight at the end. And so that's one of the things that we were talking about today. What exactly we're doing there. And I think I've mentioned this a few times, but this is a learning process for both me and the contractor. They have done container homes before, but we're trying to improve the process every place that we can. You can see this. I showed you a couple of the finished painted ceilings. This one was actually being painted today. Some work being done on that. I think we got two done, and we have two to go. Um, they try not to paint on rainy days because it's too wet. And then also, when the welders or framers are there, the painter has just been sort of working around that. You can see we have some additional framing in here, and I'll show you why. If you remember, this is flashback to I think episode 4. These are the plans for this home, this container home, and so that framing is this wall here. This space here is going to be outside space. Um, this has been another important lesson of really needing to get on the same page with everybody in the project before work starts. Um, the Although my contractor was involved when these plans were being put together, the guy who's on the site daily wasn't, and so and our architectural drawings, although they, when I know what I'm looking at, are pretty clear. But this area, this is actually outdoor space. This is going to be an exterior wall, and this is a covered patio. That wasn't clear to the supervisor on the site, and so that didn't. So that we did a little bit of framing that we didn't need to. You can see out past there, and we probably should have used flipped the containers around so that this back didn't have to be cut out, because the other side we were actually just including, the other side we had cut the doors off of. I had thought about that about a day too late. They had already put them on site and started doing the cutting, but this for the tiny house that I'm working on, I'm actually getting these guys involved at the beginning stages of the process, not just the contractor himself, but the guy who's actually on site supervising the work. All right, let's move this along here. You can see, in addition to putting up this framing here, you can see the sunlight coming through here. We've also cut out this back piece with the exception of a couple little spots holding it in. Um, I don't know when we'll pop that out. It might not be till we move to the site. Not exactly sure. I just took a quick walk through. I don't think there was really any progress on this part. Um, but I was just walking through with the camera just to see what else had been done. I think both of these are basically the same state that they were. We already had the ceilings painted, already had the framing up. both of these are going to be completely full, interior space. So it's really just these other two that are going to have the back small portion be like a covered patio. So here you can see, that portion there is loose. This is what's going to get cut out and then moved backwards, to open up that space. And then there's also going to be a little wooden deck here as well. Um, but the most exciting thing, wait for it. If you saw the thumbnail, it's not a surprise. We actually have a door in here. You can see it's really just roughed in at the moment. We're going to be framing around this edge, and it actually doesn't fit quite perfectly. They cut the hole, and actually we're just testing it right here. We have to cut a little bit more and pull the frame out a little bit. But it was just interesting to see we're finally starting to get some indication here that this is going to be a home. That is one of those doors that we got for, the other day I mentioned got a great deal on. I just think this is going to look so neat. We're going to do around the edge we were talking about. We're going to do just a pressure treated wood to frame everything, to frame the windows and doors, and then probably give that a dark stain. This big open spot right here, we're going to be cutting into, and this is where that garage door is going to go. Hoping to have some pictures of that coming up. I think we might have found what's going to go there. Found a refurbished one, which is going to save, if you look at what those, glass garage doors cost, it's an unbelievable amount of money. Unbelievable to me. I mean, if you bought them before, 3 or 4,000 might not be a surprise. But yeah, so just back to that. That's that garage door. This is that exterior space. So the piece getting cut here is going to get moved back, and then there'll be a piece cut out of the other part. Will get moved back. I think we're going to use those metal pieces and clad there. We may just put siding. It's going to depend on timing and the budget, because getting these guys to come out and weld stuff is a lot more expensive than just framing it up and putting siding, even if that piece of metal is free. And so that's been one of the things that I'm really learning here and trying to apply to this next project. Going to give you a little update on this tiny house design. Keep forgetting now that I need to leave that corner. So I'm just going to put me in the bedroom there. I don't know if you see that move or not. I think you do. I think that's where I see it, is where that goes. It'll be fun to find out. But so this is the newest draft from the architect for the tiny home. And you can see, this is, if you didn't see the last video first, please go check that out. But you can see this is going to be a container here. And then this is going to be a 7-foot bump out that's just stick built, just made out of wood. I did have a pretty good talk with the contractor today about, does that make the most sense? Should we, he was thinking, well, why don't we put a second container? Realizing that we only can have 15 feet, and so we'd have to cut off a foot of the container, and the expense and, of that, we decided it does make a lot more sense to frame this. You can see, well, and let me go, okay, let me just move it again. Hope that's not too off-putting to see me moving around on here. Okay, so this is the last version, and then this is the one that I just had in the full screen a second ago. You can see I got them to move that bedroom back. So this is much more like the layout that I originally had. Once we really talked about the point of not cutting through this metal at all, except, we have one big cut, and that's it. We might have to cut end caps off one side. One side will have doors. A lot of the containers I'm looking at have doors on both sides, and so we may be able to just leave those on and leave them open and weld them in an open position. But that's not the same, that's a small job relative to cutting a cap off and moving it. And so that's something, I think it's going to save us a ton on our welding budget, which has been a really big part of our labor so far. And you can see, it doesn't really look like we've done that much, right? We did get the stackable washer and dryer in here. One of the ways we're accomplishing this, I don't know if you remember, well, just can look. One of the things, he had the water heater in here, and we didn't even have a washer and dryer. We need that in our, because it's going to be a short-term rental. I mean, it's a pretty much a non-negotiable. And so instead of shrinking too many things here, what we're going to do is do a tankless water heater. I priced these out. It is a couple $100 more, but to be able to fit everything, and long term, the bill that I'm paying on this should be a little bit less, because they're supposed to be more efficient. And we can put it right outside this wall, which I thought was interesting. They also have some electric versions that can be inside, and if we did that, we go here. Um, but the real big thing that I think was a smart move, this is very similar to the plan that I had, but I had this bathroom on this wall. And so just by moving it over here, this was something the architect came up with. It gave us a lot of things because I had mentioned I liked having this interior wall that you could see the container steel. And so now, as soon as you walk in, that's what you see. This wall in this original hallway is all container. So hopefully we can get a good looking one. And even if we have to paint and cover up the outside, we can have a big stretch of inside. That we'll get to keep that container. And I think that's pretty amazing that we're going to be able to do that in a way that didn't, there was no negative to moving this to that side, as far as I can tell. Plus, it also allowed for a window in the bathroom, which is a nice thing to do. We talked about last time, all this frame section. It's a lot easier for us to put windows in. Um, I had a lot of great comments from people. One of the things somebody had mentioned, and it was actually something that we had talked about, was moving the bathroom to over on this side. And I think that's a good idea. But one of the things that did is make it so we couldn't put this big glass door. We get these big sliding glass doors for much cheaper than you get a big window. And, having the connection to this outdoor space was pretty important to us. We could put it on this wall, but this is only 5 feet from here to the neighbor's fence, and so having it open up to the backyard, I think, just makes it much different. And so, yes, we do still have the bathroom right by the entrance, um, but I think that the other things that we're getting for that is very helpful. One of the things I don't know that I talked about, we're going to put an island right here, and then we'll have a couch here and the TV here. And this allows for sort of second row seating, because this will be an island with um, just stools, to eat at. It acts as counter space, but also eating space. And then, so if you have four people can stay here, right? Because we have 2 bedrooms. But if they want to have someone come and visit, they can have still 4 people on the couch and a couple of people sitting at the counter. Everybody still gets a view of the TV, So I just think I've seen that done in a couple places, and I think it's a smart way to really use that space. And we have this wide open. But so I like these, I like these changes. This is very similar to what I had given them, so obviously I like it. But I think that this move here really did a lot for us. And being able to fit all the stuff that we want to is a big deal. Uh, if you've made it this far, please like, subscribe, and comment. I love getting a whole bunch of comments. And a couple of people even messaged me offline. A whole bunch for me was 3 or 4. Um, but I liked the input. I do think there's definitely varying opinions, and it is a tiny home. This is less than 500 square feet. I think this last set of plans is 485. So there's going to be compromises. There's not going to be a perfect solution. But I'm pretty excited about what we've come up with so far. I talked to the builder this morning about it, and it seems like this is going to be a pretty easy to execute and very budget plan relative to what we're doing in the other spot. And so I'm excited about it, but I'd like to hear what you have to say. Until next time. I don't know. I had a catchphrase and I can't remember it. There's a lot of that. I'm sorry. I'm just going to shut it off. Have a super day.